Hey everyone, how's it going and welcome to the quarterly series Hidden Gems video. In this video, we're just going to go through the hidden quarterly series concepts that will help you to build your profitability path. Before we start, please drop a comment and like the video. I will be randomly giving out one free private Discord access among the people who subscribe to the channel, put like and write any comment below the video. Also, I've hidden somewhere in the video one code for free lifetime indicator access, so watch the full video and pay attention. Now let's get started. So the very first concept that I want to cover in this video is sequential SMT in a gap. We all know that for a perfect setup, we need to see the confirmation for the SMTs that form. But what if I say that all what we need is just the right narrative and SSMT? That's it. This concept plays out only if you have your bias identified in the right way. So, SSMTs that formed in the gap has higher probabilities than regular one. Okay, and now before we look at the real chart examples, I really want you to note this down. Before taking any sequential SMT in the gap trades, you must know your bias. Otherwise, your entry won't succeed. Okay, and now let's take a look at the real chart examples. Alright guys, let's take a look at the actual charts example now. The first thing that I'm looking at, if I'm below the true open or above the true open. If I'm below the true open, in my case, I am in discount zone. If I'm above the true open, I am in premium zone. Use the true opens as your premium and discount zones. We're gonna talk about it in a bit more deeper, but for now, just keep in your mind that true opens are your premium and discount levels. If you're below the true open, usually if you trade the intraday trading, right? So you trade every single day, it's gonna be the true day open. If you're above true day open, you are in premium zone. If you're below the true day open, you are in discount zone. All right. Now, the next thing that we want to identify is our market profile. There's only two types of market profiles. The first one is XAMD and the another one is AMDX. So how it works, you can watch the more deeper video on my channel, but for now to just understand, as you can see, the continuation, the Asia, our Q1, was basically the continuation of our previous cycle. So we can identify Asia as X. That means that Asia is X, and we have only two of the most common market profiles. So we can expect the London being our A portion, so accumulation. And now we are currently 1 15-minute candle before the New York quarter opens. So having the data that we are below the true day open, the market profile is XAMD. That means that London is A accumulation. The next quarter is opens and we have the high time frame PDRA over here. So we can expect our manipulation into the high time frame PDRA during our manipulation portion, right? So we do expect New York manipulate to the high time frame PDRA and reverse higher. So let's see what's gonna happen. The next candle is New York open. Okay, so the Q3 is open. Now we're just waiting until the candle make any manipulation moves down. And we actually did. And confirm the daily QCs. Now you just simply put your limit order on daily QCs and trial your stop loss right next to your SSMTs that formed. In our case, this is our daily cycle SSMT lows. You can target or through the open, which is going to be 2.65 RR, or you can target Asia highs. And now let's see what we have our high time frame PD array, manipulation into the high time frame PD array. We are below the true day open. We formed a daily cycle SMT with ES confirmed in a high time frame PD array and our entry from daily QSYST. So let's see how it's gonna play out. Okay. So we are in the trade and our SMT is still holding. And we would hit the boss TP, so the through the open TP smashed and Asia highs smashed. So again, one more time, what do you need is understanding of the true opens. If you are below the true the open or below the true the open. If you are above the true the open, you are in the premium zone. If you are below the true the open, you are in discount zone. The next one is your market profile, XAMD or AMDX, the most common ones. Use them every day and it's gonna help. High time frame PD array. So again, knowing that our market profile is XAMD, we can expect our New York being our manipulation portion and distribute higher. And that's what happened. So what I usually do is the previous cycle, the last candle lows, right? And I can trail my stop loss till here because I know that we're gonna take this low and it's gonna be an entry and my RR are growing up. But for this, you need kind of more experience seeing the market making these moves. So the most safe entry is gonna be just go with QSYST. QSYST gives you the optimal entry and the optimal stop loss. If you have a clear drawable liquidity, or it could be through the open or Asia highs in our case, it's gonna give you a fair error. So yes, use the QSYST. It's pretty easy to use, and pretty good for confirmation of the trade and of the SSMT. And now let's move on to another gem. Okay, the next gem is true opens. As I said from the previous example of the true opens premium and discount, that how we use it. Here it's more deeper breakdown. So we use true opens as the key open to identify premium and discount zones. If we are bullish for the day, you want to see manipulation below the true open, so through the swing, grabbing liquidity down there. Or if you are bearish, you only see manipulation above the true open, fake pump, sweeping highs. That's it. True opens equilibrium, wrong side manipulation for your bias. Probably stay out or flip the script. Mark these levels every day. This is very important concept in the quarterly series. Without knowing true opens function, you'll never succeed because drop-ins give you so much opportunity for identify the premium and discount zones, so much opportunity for targets as well. And now let's take a look at the actual chart example, and I'm gonna show you how you can use and what drop-ins exist at all. Okay, so the main understanding of the true opens that you need to have is that the true open is always the start of Q2, whatever cycle you're in, the monthly, yearly, weekly, daily, 90-minute or microcycle. The true open is always gonna be the start of the Q2. Alright, knowing that information, we can mark up the very first candle. So we're gonna go from the monthly cycle to a 90-minute cycle because we don't really use a yearly cycle and we don't really use a microcycle. Okay, so you can use microcycle and 90-minute cycle as stacked opens model, but for understanding, it's gonna be better to look at the 90-minute cycle and higher. So from the monthly cycle to 90-minute cycle and vice versa. Okay, so I'm not gonna mark it up manually because I have my indicator, but here's how it works. The very first candle opening price of the Q2 is going to be our true open. So if you're at 4 hour time frame, it's going to be our true months open. If you go down to the 1 hour time frame, it's going to be our true week open. All right, so the very first candle of Q2 is going to be our true week open on 1 hour time frame. If you go to 15-minute time frame, it's gonna be our true day open. All right. So the Q2 of 15-minute cycle, which is our London, the very first candle is gonna be true day open. And if you go to the 5 minute time frame, you want to see the very first candle of Q2 is gonna be our true session open. Knowing that the true open starts at every Q2, the very first opening price candle, you want to know that, let's say, for example, on 4 hour time frame, and we have our true months open. We're above the true months open. We're gonna be in a higher time frame premium zone. That, let's say, for example, we were the true week open. Let's say it was a true week open, and we have the true months open. Being above the true months open is gonna be the more premium zone because we're going from the higher time frame to a lower time frame. So for example, with Truman's open, we have the Truman's open below. So we are in an extreme premium zone. If you go to the 1 hour time frame and we are above, or in our case below the true week open, we are in a high discount zone. Okay, so we're going from the higher time frame to a lower time frame and identified as a high time frame candles, the same logic but with true opens. The true week open, sorry, the true months open, true week open, true day open, true session open. That's it. As higher time frame it is, as higher probability it has. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Mark up the very first candle of Q2 and you can clearly see if you are above the true open or below the true open. That's it. And now let's move on to the next champ. The next champ is gonna be the true order block. And inside the high time frame PSPs that form, we can actually find true order block. Let's say we have the 4 hour time frame bearish PSP, and we want to go to 1 hour time frame, look for a last bullish candle. We have the bearish PSP and vice versa with bullish PSP. So on the screen you can see that we form 4 hour time frame bearish PSP, and I'm just going lower to the 1 hour time frame and I mark up the last bullish candle. For bearish PSP, this is gonna be the last bullish candle. And for the bullish PSP, it's gonna be the last bearish candle. In our case, this is the last bullish candle because we have the bearish candle PSP. Okay, so I mark up the last bearish candle during the PSP on the lower time frame, and this is what's gonna be our true order block. Now let's move on and take a look at the charts and see how you can find them. Now looking at the charts, you can clearly see that we formed 1 hour time frame bearish PSP with ES and UM. Knowing from the example from the presentations that we're going from the higher time frame to a lower time frame, right? As in our example, it was 4 hour time frame and we went to 1 hour time frame. So from higher to lower, it works the same with 1 hour time frame, right? So if you have 1 hour time frame, you want to go to 15-minute time frame, which is our lower time frame. And going to the 15-minute time frame, we want to see the whole price action of our PSP candle. So for example, we have this PSP, 1 hour time frame PSP by 12 o'clock. So I go to 15-minute cycle and I look for the whole price action from 11 to 12. So 11 to 12. And now if you have the bullish high time frame PSP, you want to mark up the last bearish candle inside our bullish PSP. But in our case, we have bearish PSP, the high time frame bearish PSP, 1 hour time frame bearish PSP. So you want to mark up last bullish candle inside our bearish PSP. So what I do from 11 to 12, I mark up the last bullish candle PSP because we are looking inside our bearish high time frame PSP. Okay. And this is gonna be our true order block, which just works perfectly as you can see here. Price rejects, and we have continuation here. So yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Destroy order blocks. This is not hard at all. All what you need, you just go from the right time frame, from the right high time frame to the right lower time frame. So if it's 4 hour time frame, you want to go to 1 hour time frame. If it's 1 hour time frame, you want to go to 15-minute time frame. If it's 15 minutes, you want to go to 5 minutes. If it's 5 minutes, you want to go to 1 minute. And if you have our, let's say, 15-minute bullish PSP, we go to 5 minute charts and we look for the last bearish candle inside our bullish PSP. But if you have, for example, 15-minute time frame bearish PSP, we want to mark up our last bullish candle inside our bearish PSP. So you can take screenshot, you can note it down, and that's pretty much it about the order blocks. So let's move on. That's pretty much it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you found the codes that I hit for free lifetime access to the indicator. Please drop a like and leave a comment. One of the comments will be randomly picked and winners will get the 3 months of lifetime access. Also, I drop a new SMT-FILL indicator. You can claim it completely free. All of the links are going to be in the description. And for the quarterly serial indicator, that you saw on the video, sale is still running. You can get the indicator with 50% off right now. All of the links are going to be in description as well. Peace out and see you soon. Join the Discord. See you guys.